Hello everybody, welcome to drama. Hi, here I am. I'm Takashi, and I'm here to read something for you and motivate my money. And with me, obviously, we are Quill.
Hi.
Last time, we had some trouble, some trust issues with Dr. Cabbage. He ran away with the Easter Bunny. But yeah, this command has chosen the Mafia, and after the theme, we talked a little bit about it, and I came to the conclusion that there might be some other reason as to why he chose to go with them. There might be some incentive, not just his own life. There might be some pony ass who is kept him by the Mafia.
That's not unreasonable. That's something the Mafia might do if they operate anything like they do on Earth.
Even if not, he definitely owes them money, and he has to go through with this. It's not just his, oh yeah, I need some money. No, he needs the money to pay them back. So literally he's not gonna have enough money. Even though he said that, yeah, I have enough money for the next adventure as well. Yeah, but what if they are all just loans that he has to pay back? Dr. Fondas can just say, I call him Doctor as well. What was his name? Not what is his name? Corona Fondas. Might be just like, okay, I'm gonna give you enough money to set on 2 adventures, but at least on one of them you have to bring something back to me that pays back everything you owe me, even this.
Well, you don't entirely consider that an unreasonable request, right? If it's true.
And as per canon, we don't know if Cameron has a family or not. So the possibilities are less of why he chose this. We can even say that, yeah, it was uncovered, but obviously no, because he came with them in the first place.
Well, he should have parents at least, but if they're still around, that's up for debate.
No, I mean family as in wife and kids.
Okay.
But yeah, let's see how the legacy does. Because there should have been an earthquake room.
Yeah.
Let's take a move. So let's not ponder anymore. Ponder nothing ending. I find it really strange that I'm growing accustomed to Ninja just a little bit. It isn't exciting me, but I don't feel overwhelmed by it either. It's that there is this tiny voice of calm and confidence going inside me that's saying, hey, listen, You know what? I think I got this. I can hope for this. I have to say no, running beside the light, I'm actually feels a whole lot less stressful than seeing the sea directly transform with the logo and the snakes. I mean, yeah, there's an obvious difference from not being the snakes and logos at the moment.
Yeah.
Also, there's Camelot. There were many reasons for that, but primarily among them was I was concerned for Camelot's health and sanity. For my secondary stood there against them was another chance for Camelot to suffer a serious injury or death. I actually felt concerned about that before I knew that Camelot was excellent in natural healing. As for sanity, that was obvious. We knew that Camelot was working to corrupt his mind and soul. That made it made even him nervous at first. I mean, we don't actually know how the amulet works. It might actually only corrupt his soul when it's healing him. For all we know.
There was an indication in the last time he used it that at first it did nothing, but the more he channeled his anger or some emotion similar to that, the stronger he got.
Yeah, but at the moment he actually got damaged as well. So who knows?
He did it first. He did it first, but the more the process continued, the harder he was to hurt, and the harder he hit.
He became healer and healer.
It's basically like the Hulk, except he didn't actually grow in bulk or change appearance. Except for the red aura. That was the one thing that was visible around him that was an obvious difference.
Yeah, because the auras and magic are visible in your stories.
Yep.
But having other side like it is different. Isn't other side one word?
Not sure. I think there was some grammar check that told me to specifically separate it because I didn't recognize it as to get one word.
Hey, what are you doing out here? He was literally on my desk. Because the objective is different. It's like confronting the reality, hoof to claw, 10, dinner. Maybe, anyway, our objective this time was simply to stay ahead of them, and it has been to say, see that's working. I got, the whole thing to it too. I mean, probably running on 4 legs is faster than slithering away. Which is not true because things can be very fast as well. You're not thinking about being the fastest sprinter. The trainer is now talent of his. You got incredible stamina for this too. Enough to impress even an average Earth pony. That's a yellow brain. I mean, isn't he an Earth pony?
Yeah, I believe he is.
So, obviously he can impress an Earth pony if his land is running.
Yeah. I believe Grazy was also an Earth pony. I think, as I recall, Toolshed wasn't though. That was a unicorn.
Yeah. He had other tools than his strength. In fact, even I am trying to team up with him. Unlike him, I am winning, and I'm using that thing he particularly can do. But it's helping me to keep pace with him a bit. Isn't this? Let me bring up a picture.
Let's see if you can guess this right. I think you got a shot.
It's a tough one. Funny. We don't know shooter.
Yes, something like that. You know, tell you what though, that's not familiar to me is all those arrows coming in at her.
No lot of wind pressure, I assume.
It's like she was in a video game right there.
And that is to keep stepping behind me. And I get a part. Literally nothing. No. I mean, it makes sense. Literally little moves.
That's exactly what Rainbow was not supposed to do during the contest of the running of the leaves.
Yeah?
And for the majority of it, she didn't. Because she was tied up and
But
as
I was about
Applejack
to say, the only reason because she was tied up.
dressed like a turkey is what how Applejack phrased it.
With each step, leave me a bit smooth, but I have to raise faster hemo with it. Or else I will stumble. I mean, it has one very big flaw. This one. Your running is not in the constant pace, and you run out of stamina even more.
Oh yeah.
I know it isn't the right case that I ever run of what I'm doing right now, but because I'm cheating, I'm disqualified from the race. Especially if I'm gone doing it. Sometimes I just hope doing the flaps. So to be on the ground isn't an issue. It's a literally hop step jump. If I escape myself in the race, then I'm drawn into another problem. For example, sometimes the tunnels are too tight for me. Fully extend my wing. Luckily, I have to make sharp turns. Even without these problems, I would still have a hard time keeping up with lane on the ground. It really is that fast. So I'm forced to use a combination of hard jump mixed with wind boost thrust. That sounds like a Pokemon move. And we go up, I catch him.
I
Yes.
could use wind boost thrust.
And we go up, I catch him glancing over at me with his shoulder to see if I'm still keeping up with him. Since I'm there, noticing my struggle, and this is my wing flap technique, and will have gotten me disqualified in the formal race. It's not a formal race.
Yeah.
It's just literally running for someone's life.
Yep.
Even if it's not for your own. Well, that's he simply killed me. I thought it killed me a sleepy version of my own. But I have to remind myself that this isn't a race, but a life for the struggle. I will do whatever it takes within my physical and moral capabilities to stay alive. I mean, this is why official fighters or martial artists might not be a good choice in a street fight. Because they will stick to the rules even if they have trained so hard. If someone grabs a knife and stabs them, they can't do anything. Which way? He calls back to me as he gets his phone again. You know that? I have had a time of hearing him. Since he's also ahead of me. Not to mention having to hear him on my own, very rapid hard made, hard train. But I still hear him and respond. Oh yeah, I know that feeling when you have a rapid heart rate and you concentrate on it. Stay on this path. I made a call to him, between yes. Tell him that far ahead, if he's still there, and I was fade away, because I need to guess for I mean, yeah, until now you haven't spoken. Don't forget you are using a lot more R as well. For running.
Yep.
On the way we passed yet another tunnel that goes me to crown. It is the wrong way, but it does lead to something that pushes and tips me off before we left the chamber with the stargate in it. It doesn't mean to pull out my map of the temple and pointed to one particular room. It isn't where the room where the tunnel should be, so I didn't know why Tush pointed it out. It didn't tell me where my either, which deepens my suspicion that Tush really can't talk at all. No matter how urgent the situation may be. I mean, he did talk, but not verbally. It's a struggle place choice. I mean, which eventually leads me to correct guess. And that's when the regular captured to his team in earlier, he saw the confiscated tools and put them in the room that he indicated. At first, I didn't know why he told me that. It was the wrong way. Did he want me to write his tools for him? Did he think I didn't know for my mission? You know what? I had a gun as well. Take it. You just shook his hand, then gestured at me, and pointed at his hand 3 times. Led me to believe that he simply wanted me to know that these tools were there. He planned to step through the portal himself a month later. Undoubtedly, he had plenty of other tools like that back in his home, but I need an extra tool shed. I almost said that in the captured doctor as well, but then I thought, no, the doctor was not captured.
No, in fact, the doctor went through the portal earlier.
Yeah.
But that was after Caballero.
But what if Toolshed had flight screwdriver as well?
Well, that would be one very versatile tool. Power tool at that.
Thinking of that made me realize that the pony like him was probably responsible for building the ship we used to get here in the first place. It would be funny if he had the keys. And they can't even leave. What do I do with this knowledge is my business. And with this knowledge, I know for sure that I use potential in the same place. And since he told me this, no, it has led me in the back of my mind. With each solar he replies to that could lead us to his tools, I feel compelled to wonder if I make a mistake by not going for his tools first. Will I need them later? That still happy! I really hope I'm making the right call by going to save potential right now. Because his old set of useful tools too, but not really as much, or as organized as the set of tools it had. I know for a fact that tools had quite good care of his tools. Tools too, but I still had them. Still, despite the dilemma he obviously put me under, I smile warmly. I grateful because I realized why he did it. Because we were about to step through the portal back to Equestria, that's effectively leaving this adventure altogether. Wait, what are the portal leading to the...
I don't know how to
to the
pronounce
village?
it. Tetotican Valley?
Yeah.
Is what the claim was, which is in Equestria.
Oh, wait! So, here.
Yeah, that would be his native home.
Oh, for some reason, I thought that it was actually literally the Silurian village, but they had the other portal.
From what little you've known of that valley, you might consider it altogether unlikely that they might have a Stargate there.
Yeah? I believe
Perhaps from
they.
some older civilization, and the current one may not know how to use it anymore. Nevertheless, it's still there.
I mean, if they are going to that, I might be not going inputting out of here.
Yeah, that's.
He will definitely awaken if there's a song in there and it goes home.
Yeah. All of a sudden, there's a bunch of ponies in the valley. Yeah.
You find out that will be the first interaction between Arnold and Cameron.
That might not go too negatively for them both. As a matter of fact, could you see the potential possibility that Caballero might sell him the Alicorn amulet?
Who? I just thought
Yes, possibly.
he doesn't really care about that. That's not in his. That's not a treasure of his money.
Hmm. Uh,
We now know that he is just a guardian. So
possibly true. Although, what if the treasure originally came from that valley? Then that's another story then.
what was he doing outside of Equestria?
Unknown, but if they have a Stargate in their temple, then that could explain how it got here.
Yeah?
Because the portal can probably go both ways.
Can it? I mean, we have seen Stargates that didn't have a dial.
No?
So it could go both ways if it had activated from the other side, but you can activate it from this side. It might be the case altogether. But yeah,
Proceed.
he left me for a living was doing whatever he could to support me. This is yet another reminder that here they are, very useful in this world, and do whatever they can to help others. And we will find out that he actually led us towards him. But the worm actually is waiting for them. Then everybody is really like Cameron, and even in Cameron's case, I can still understand why he was afraid of this adventure. It wasn't working out early. I mean, in a sense, I kind of am with Cameron as for the part that you need to take the Cameron as far away from the worm as you can.
Yeah, basically, she would agree with that too. Not so much the selling it to the highest bidder
Yeah,
part, because
we know that I'm not okay with that one, but the other part.
Yeah, whoever puts it on after that might do a lot of damage, but probably not as much as the worm that trots.
Yeah? It says here behind us, it was both late and nightfall. The scene sounded much worse than the man who was scared. It sounded like a man who was peacefully dying at this moment. A man? What's the man doing here? There was no female companion other than you here. Wait, that was the doctor, right?
Well, the doctor went to the portal.
Oh, wait. Not the doctor, but there was
The
one.
doctor's not a mare.
That's
Yeah,
the doctor, but that was the crazy one, right?
Dr. Greasy Venture.
Yeah, wasn't that her? Wasn't that a female one?
That might be.
What?
I'll acknowledge that. That's your theory. Let's read on to see if we find out.
But wasn't she with the others? Near the portal?
Yes, she was in the room with the portal, but she did not go through. And actually, she objected to Leggett proceeding too.
Nah.
She was worried for him.
Her defense in most of us. When finding the curse was, why we extended the hand of the rest of the time that chased us. Until now, I was considered a good thing. But now it looks like there is an extra reason in this case. That's how the thing is crazy. I guess it's Laura. I mean, she is the only one who is a female on this group.
You did say crazy and not crazy, right?
No, I said crazy.
Okay. I got a doctorate in crazy.
Oh no! No, she wouldn't. Let's get out in horror. I suppose about. Let's tell back that Louis became to check. As it also suggests to me that I wish I could dismiss the possibility, but I remember how close I was to crazy about the polite before we left that room. the two are really ironically attached to each other. Are they?
That was a theory she had before, and now it's gaining more ground.
It is a plain thing to see. Normally, I would say professionalism. I don't think I'm going to try again.
Okay.
His girlfriend hurt the student's daughter, and then does hurt girlfriend. Do for himself. Although one thing mentioned, William goes plenty of other boys to do irrational things before. Irrational or crazy. If this is really true, then it means she simply would not tear her mind away from the overwhelming concern for her girlfriend. Or it's actually one of the girls and actually imitating the friend.
That's an insidious possibility.
In a way, I don't blame her either. I know the heart of a man since I am one myself. And I know that she knows he was charging almost existing into a danger, which is only mitigated by the fact that at the very least, we had a semblance of a plan. I know the heart of a man because I was almost falling in love with the Cameron, and he took advantage of that.
Yeah, she kind of had a crush on the doctor too, but that was a more recent meeting.
Yeah?
But with Caballero, it was a much more longer established crush. It's true that she only met him recently too, but was aware of him long before that through his books and all that.
I mean, do we really know that they didn't meet before? Are they not a couple to begin with?
Well, Agate said herself that when she met him, that was the first meeting.
I mean, you can clearly say anything. No, I mean, late and that's crazy.
Ah, okay.
Not, not Ayat. Ayat obviously met them first time.
Mm.
Oh no! Is it true? Could it be her? Well, I just had to gazing past not the room. I can help but wonder and check. So I too also spin them out and try back the way we came. No! Let me shoot for this. It soon comes back to me, as soon as he noticed me following. So may send us to do us too. In matter if we spin off, so we can hope for most objective. But I say objectively, before he cuts me off. No! He repeated instantly. Just go! I actually threw my job, which you divided the gap between me and the ever safe lane. I also looked behind me to where we were going. Other than this particular tunnel is clear, at least for now. I still knows about the area tunnel exists, though. He might be lying there bleeding in this very moment. Maybe I don't know, have one to spare. But I don't get where I get charged up. Where he is going leads to even more danger. So it sounds like Casey has already died, or is dying. That could be next. Actually, the way we came is an overwhelming challenge, even if the key isn't there. I lower my head, I close my eyes, I stare his eyes to them. I really don't want to be weak or indecisive right now, but it can happen. I have feelings, and I can't just magically make them go away, whenever they are inconvenient. I am not Dumbledore. I care about everybody involved here. What should I do? I mean, there's a very serious difference between autocracy and terror. Lieutenant said that he wants this to be his last adventure. That he would be happy to die here.
Yep.
So maybe save the one that doesn't want to die? Because 2 points are better than 1. I'm shaking too hard right now. And my heart beats 97 pounds in my eardrum. Both because of fatigue, but also because of raw emotion. I need a deep breath. I managed to force myself to calm down. My memory of me with the greatest nightmare hurt because that was a timeless moment. A moment when I felt like I had all the time in eternity. I needed to make a decision with absolutely no pressure or judgment. I realize this moment is very different. But the feeling of memory that is the moment with Osmer that has been calm me down. Michigan. Go. So all you need is this. It's a page of judgment.
Okay.
Let's tell this. Also knowing right and another guys and guardians like him, they set existence to have comfort me. It had me feel like there is a divine guidance into all of the faith and me like him to have comfort. During the conversation, I also remember him trying to teach me that whenever I needed it, I have an internal compass with me. I can only see it when my heart is exploding though. I can't be telling myself that the internal compass should say. Although I need to simply examine what it does say. I mean, your internal compass is your own thought to begin with, so it takes me a while to go through it. But what it seems to indicate, that it go back and sit down right now. I guess she was more into adventure novels, not into horror novels. When the hearing just goes alone and save everyone at the end of the day. That is all the adventure novels are all about. But in horror novels, when there is actual danger, you never split the party. There needs to be more, and that's for the other direction. It's only too late to make a meaningful difference. It's foolishness! Whatever will happen, will happen. The chain of casualty can be stopped at this point. I mean, yes, it can, you can stop it. She literally saying, he's stupid, he is gonna die. She literally doing the Dr. C moment when he jumped into the bush. When Patasai was keeping thing outside with the cat.
Actually, well, not really. There's opponents to rescue in both directions. Her instincts are telling her you cannot catch up to Leggett before he catches up to the danger first.
For how I had it. As for the other direction, it's really too late to make a meaningful difference. They are done. Even if I go there, I can't do anything. That's how I had it. Just like I said, I'm getting similar vibes about him too. Something has already happened to him that I can't stop. But there is still something meaningful that I can accomplish over there. Not so much the other way around. And it's because when they come back to check if I should go for solution tools first, then the answer seems to be yes. But not yet. Helen is first in line. I opened my eyes and gave it a turn, and we were going to a town, but I find my house is still to improve to a late. It might indeed be dead right now, but late isn't. Maybe I can still have him. But how? It looks crazy, it's Philippine, it's so done. What should I possibly say to him that would be meaningful enough to convince him to not give up? And continue to sleep. Maybe start thinking your forms like this and start thinking, never gonna give you up.
What? She'll have to balance herself on her hind legs pretty carefully there.
Yeah. I mean, she can do it, she has wings.
Yeah, I've seen Pinky do it plenty of times too. Sometimes she even defied gravity in the process. It's kind of her specialty.
I mean, I have seen most performers do that for small periods of time rather than the holidays. But then, also, I have seen real life horses do that as well.
Oh, neat.
You know the highlights. Not for minutes, but for seconds. That is very different.
I think I've seen that too. Tournaments at medieval times or Renaissance fair.
Yeah. Especially when they have a human on them, pulling them back. They can keep that for multiple times. Especially when they want to keep them down.
I wonder if that helps them to hold their balance, actually.
Yeah, that's why I said.
But if they fall back too far, there's a risk of danger.
That has happened.
Probably is.
I've heard a lot of incidents like that when the horse crashed the rider.
Yep.
But then, I called the orders. He told me to go back to the hotel. All this time, I remember the year that was deep in the night. I was how his reckless volume back in the jungle had to learn that large two-legged creature, compulsion. At least, so we believe. Once again, it couldn't have mattered. It can smile you. And I said it in the beginning as well. It could have been unaffected. But it seems to me that Raid blames himself for the loss of those two, and the former cattle guard. Ever since then, he's been expected to redeem himself in his own heart, and maybe to rescue town might have found the opportunity for him to do that. But doing so may come back crazy, for he was even though he was told not to. Even yet another test, like on his caution, then once again, we have still not confirmed if the others are dead. Sector was unconscious and he couldn't tell the story.
Alright.
They might most be still alive. And I said a pony can survive without one of his legs. I should have think over, but I realized that doesn't matter. It does, but there is nothing I can do or say about it. It's been less experience enough to decide some lasting action on his part. I don't know he is the type of pony who is strong and challenge at his problems without putting things through, like sort of rainbow pony. But at the very least, he does have a good heart in him, unlike certain rainbow pony. He tried to be the hero in this situation. Really. Or sometimes the odds are just too daunting. Whatever happens, During adventure, or even life in general, sometimes we have to make the hard call. I remember what Lady said. I remember the way he said it. I remember that firm look of conviction in his eyes. This is his path. This is what he chose. And right now, lead me to choose another. For all intents and purposes, I'm a gentleman viewing his elastic path in life. But Tanner or understand that beforehand. And he wanted this to be his last mission. They totally as his thought, but in the end, he is all the time to have. I'm getting bombarded with noise.
Yeah, I kind of hear that. But the microphone is somewhat phasing that out.
Yeah, that's because of the noise cancelling.
Mm-hmm.
On the YouTube side, people might hear it more.
Okay.
Those just have different noise cancelling than the OBS. There's a picture from my eyes. I with my hand away. They go back the way I was going. And then this section the other two are giving me. Let me to get a very good hot thought. Consider the price they pay for it. I cannot let this opportunity go to waste. She already told them that, most of them. Oh no! No! Her moves counted by otherwise found helplessly on the ground. He closes his eyes and makes his head again on the cave floor. Yeah, bringing out someone. Why is this one? There we go. Now move on to number one.
Yeah, there you go.
He goes inside and makes his head against the cave floor. The man on which suddenly melted his head. Oh yeah, I forgot he had no head. You stupid girl! You should have come for me! I find frown and I don't come to him. They say, I'm sorry, but I could not. In good conscience about the new to your face here. Okay, this tells me that he wanted to expose himself in the wall.
Yeah, but why didn't he do it yet? We'll have to read on and find out.
Because he needs the tools. Right. And in doing so, you may have forgotten us both instead of me. And I started with his eyes still closed. A moment later, he witnessed much more sadly, in pain. I noticed him touch his thoughts, reflexively. It is when the situation finally sinks into me. I found him near this cave, near a cave. Oh, near a cave wall. That sounds funny. I found him in this cave near a cave. Near a cave wall where he was planting some dynamite, which would later blast another shower of holy water in the behind it. And water was brought to most of the temple, and hopefully also down the cave. I'm not sure if the road that those needs to meet, but no more water can down, and the water makes him made with the which will be improved with overwhelming dark magic, but let it cause him to dissolve in that water. And if it was made of acid. And then the woman starts shouting and laughing, comes in. Ha ha ha! You fool! Your plan is futile. Only must have no effect on me. And then look at him. He's wearing a full hazmat suit. I mean, if the water doesn't touch them, then it doesn't affect him. Until now, I wondered if there has some other complication. Throw him down. Can TK talk, by the way?
Oh, that's not been established yet. Well, except in Skydancer.
That's right.
He did talk. Well, there was at least a recap of the fact he was talking to the others before, and he had very insidious comments that was psychologically devastating, because he studied his opponents and he knew just how to hurt them.
He enjoys the hunt at the moment. He understands this at the moment. What is it called? He just started saying this. If you know, you know.
He hasn't spoken yet in this story, though. And in a way, he didn't speak in the last one either. It was just Featherwind telling his daughter about the fact that he spoke.
You know who this is, right?
I do not. My first guess is something to do with Resident Evil, maybe.
Yeah, it is Mr. X, who can't be killed, just walks towards you, endlessly, and kills you.
Okay.
That is the key at the moment. You don't even care, he's not running towards you, just walking slowly, looking at what you are doing. I mean, for all we know, he didn't even move yet. The platform...
Jason and Mike Myers were like that too. Two slasher villains from horror movies. They're as undead. They're considered reverent.
Yeah.
A character that cannot be killed, but they also seem to not be able to run. They just walk towards you holding a knife or an axe or whatever.
They are able to run, but they don't want to.
Both characters, though, seem to have the ability to teleport as long as the camera's not aimed at them. Like just suddenly and mysteriously in the room you're running towards, with no logical explanation how they got there.
I mean, for all you know, they might not run, but if they get too close, you might never know when they attack. Or what their age is.
Yep, that's possible.
And that's actually true for Nikkei, because he's made of worms. He can change shape.
Not much is known about him yet, but Agate right now is worried that even being near the guy is already potentially fatal, because he's so good at spreading disease that he might have this cloud of toxin around him.
And we know he succeeded. I was expecting to see him starting my cousin down here, but nope. Just the two of us alone here. That might change soon, but I looked at my kids again leading down here. This was saw those who were chasing me independently, but I should at least show them down. And also look here.
Yeah.
I told him that it would saw them long enough to come up with a solid plan with town. But now, I am seeing he's actually being killed by the most elemental enemy of life of all. His very own morality. mortality. I mean morality as well. Because killing yourself to save everyone else is one thing, but killing someone else with you to save others is a very different thing. I come to think of it, I don't know how Terry could possibly send the time about oh, as he is out here with his life. I mean, what he had the plan was blowing himself up. So the picture showed us most he had away, but he wouldn't explain what it was. I mean, we know it's the blue box. This, however, is very likely an unforeseen complication. I can't look him was, I don't think I didn't see a trace of any of the dynamite which commanded me to ask him. Did you plan those 6 of dynamite? I see him relax, his face moved a bit, as yes one. Yeah, but I have it very well hidden, just in case any of the doctor catch me down here. You know what? I have a feeling that the doctor in the past, or the same, this version of Talon and again, from here. That's why when we first met, the other ship was the second time they met. Actually. For the doctor.
Okay.
So that's why he already knew that, how brave, he is gonna be. I mean, probably no, it might actually be him and Nagnu saving Nagnu and Talon.
Okay.
And I'm not sure that she would actually know if she is her. I mean, if you met yourself from the future, would you know it's you if you don't introduce yourself?
That's not guaranteed. I feel like at this age, I probably would not be recognized by my 6-year-old self.
Yeah?
The odds of that would be very high, actually.
And probably know that she is like 16 or 16 years old at this moment. In human years.
It's something like that. Pretty young. But not beyond full age.
Yeah, and by the time they went back to the past in the present, he was already around 28 or something like that. Where she had all the books out and a lot of things happened in the meantime.
You put it this way, recall that Agate Keystone has graduated from college.
Yeah?
So that is not a very precise, but it is something of a hint. And add to that, young. Graduated college, but also young.
Yeah? That's why I said 16.
Mm-hmm.
In April of those things before we are ready to send them off, and when the whole section of the plan fails. I was determined to defend them, even if it cost me my life. But they didn't do this to you, didn't they? I looked down at him, and listened to his heart arrive with a me think of what I spoke. No, he is old.
Yeah.
With his eyes still closed, Taylor shook his head as he admits. No, this is another problem entirely. I'm afraid old age is catching up to me. Taylor finally opened his eyes as he scanned about the place. Or later he said, I often wondered where I would be when I died. I was awake so short before. I didn't have enough time to think about it during these moments. But afterwards, you've been thinking. The place that I now live him in my life. That could have been the place, but I could have not. I see him again. Some of those places would have been very appropriate, though they were obvious and dangerous. It's of the law, for example. That wouldn't be a taste of me left. This is for me. And I there. Nobody would have known what happened to me. Like that, unless my mother made it out. I see him smile fondly at the thought of his old friend, my grandfather. Then, the faces seemed, very random. He goes on. I could have died the same, perfect same. But I had some Irish chase after me. And do not fall in at time. One can never know other kind of places that can suddenly turn into battlefield. Even there were unique challenges and no opportunities in each place that can apply to each side of the conflict. What can I could not have an enemy or enemies or vice versa. We could play a whole basketball course. Sometimes there were potential hostages in the area, but me and too much else for. Generally speaking, me and foremen also prefer to find in areas clear of known combatants. Especially if our enemies knew about us. Not every pony or creature like to fight fair. That's what I said about martial artists, right?
Yep.
A cow stabbed me sat down, and then they stole my hoof to his mane. Neither he nor Dr. Smith knew that I was in the wake when Tails came back to Dr. Smith that Tails was dying. For this reason, I asked, why didn't you tell me that you had the eyes problems on this mission? Wasn't it obvious? I immediately noticed that when he said that this would be the last mission. It was nice and she looked at me slightly as he answered. You know, there's nothing you could have done to prevent it. I didn't want you to you worried. I didn't want you worried or distracted. He looked up at the cave ceiling as he goes on to say, in hindsight, no, I think I regret the decision now. If you had known, maybe to have convinced you not to come after me now. I am dying one way or another, so it is more comforting for me to... so it is more comforting to me for the death to have some useful meaning and purpose to it. He looked back at me. But I wanted to die alone. I actually didn't want you to die with me. Because you love me? I asked with emotional shaky voice. Love me like a grandfather? Thank you for the clarification. Can you hear me softly? As he reminded me. I didn't want you to come this adventure entirely, remember? I know what your parents wanted for you, but that isn't my only reason. It may sound selfish of me, but in you, I see his loyalty, his bloodline. Usually I realized it was more than that. He folded and he screwed his eyes shut. What does he do?
That means to shut his eyes very tightly.
Yeah, but what I imagine him being
His actual screws, right?
yeah, he being an android and actually, oh my eye popped out. Just hold it back in. And went in pain again. When he not, my heart feels most out of sympathy for him and pain that I might not hear him finish his point. Eventually, whatever pain is keeping him temporarily present, so I brought him. And What didn't you see in me? Ah, you are hurting and you are dying. But tell something good about me. There is a few more coming back before he looked up at me and said, in you, I see more than just his relative. I see more than just his face. Represents more feminine than him. I mean, obviously. Duh! I thought he much younger than he was at the end. Duh! But I never met with him long enough to remember his younger face too. Not as young as you are right now, but close. Oh, but I meet with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like as if I said to you that you look like your daughter, but male and older and not even close to it.
Yeah, you look just like him, but you have the wrong sex and the age and species and planet.
Wait, was he? Yeah, he was a normal Earth body, right? Forward. Or was he a Pegasus?
Thorwin was a Pegasus.
Okay. I mean, as soon as I said that, I remember his name. Forward.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could be just like a late and just be fast and called forward.
That's possible, but Pegasus are often named for things like that, something sky themed.
Yeah. Ah! I found out the reason why Scooter can fly. Because she's not named after the wind. She's called after. She's been named after Scooter.
Right.
Beyond that, however, I also see spirit inside of you. It's almost as if you are him reborn, or spirit dwells within you. I mean, the first part is impossible because he was not dead while she was born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they met each other.
Yeah, the second part is possible. The first part is not. I mean, imagine if you would die and would reborn as your already born grandson or granddaughter.
Then some time travel was involved.
I mean, we are in the dimension of the TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who said that you have to? You are not. You don't have to meet yourself in your reborn self.
Could be. And that's kind of what he's saying here. You are really alike in spirit.
Yeah, maybe it's slightly as he said. I can easily explain it well, but sometimes what you say, the way you say it, or the way, or what you do reminds me of him. It's like you have his DNA or something.
She certainly has that, yeah.
Whenever I see that, I get nostalgic. It's an MP is making the world, and hoping to fight the good fight. It's like saying to an apple family member that, ah, you might actually like apples.
Family doesn't always resemble each other, both in appearances and personality, but in this case, she does.
Yeah. I mean, all we have to do is look at his father and mother, or her.
Mm-hmm.
They literally didn't want to go to the lectures at all, and didn't want her to go to the lectures either.
Right.
He don't make to be the child I am today. He was a real hero. It's funny how the music started, changed to sound music.
Yeah, I can accept that. Let's go with this.
I was sitting alone and trying to keep my foolish friend from being killed. In change, he saved my life too many times. Eventually, it became pointless to try to keep track of who owes who a favor for saving each other's life. It became more of an old habit between us. I mean, now let's start this habit between us as well. And now, I'm gonna save you. We never felt invincible. We must have had plenty of shots to prove that. But we were like the safety net for each other that we had to rely upon plenty of times. We get plenty of shots but never on the back. Right? Because we face danger proudly. And now, he paused for a moment as he set his surroundings again before going on to say, "This is where I die. I wondered where it could be for so long, but finally, let's come to land. I am my asshole now. Discussions and morbid curiosity can finally and totally be set to rest. I mean, counter argument. We have a Magi Doctor from the future in the TARDIS. Heart problems can probably be cured in the future medical science.
Or advanced magic too. You know,
Yeah.
whatever works.
For all we know, Magi looks lived a long life, right?
Magi? Oh yeah. They even learned how to regress ages.
There you go. Can be applied to police? We don't know, but there is
To
a
a point.
possibility.
When the Magi regress their ages, they actually preserve the knowledge. You physically regress to what you were like when you were a child or whenever you happen to be regressed to, except you keep your knowledge. And that was the true problem. Eventually, they say with about 400 years approximately, but sometimes longer, your brain reaches the max capacity it can store knowledge. And after that, it would start developing problems, which the Magi called centennial psychosis. They are not qualified for another regression when it's not going to help them out anymore.
Yeah, that's why the Doctor has a much bigger brain capacity than normal police and humans.
Yes, he does. That's one of the alien things about him. His
I mean,
race is able to contain a much greater store of knowledge.
that is also why Dumbledore and other wizards did what they did, just bringing out memories that they don't need or just want to keep safe. Ability to viral or something. To
Okay, well,
save space.
when a Dumbledore's case, there's an issue about secrecy, and
And I
he went
said
to,
keep safe as well. And I said
right.
But I'm pretty sure even normal police can withstand even one aggression.
At the very least, yeah. It does depend how much knowledge you gain during your lifetime.
It's not a question if they can do it. The question is if he wants to live another life.
There also might be an issue of how much knowledge each individual can withstand to withhold in their brains, because it may not be the exact amount for every single individual.
Yeah? He looked at me with some flair of determination in his eyes, and he said to me, "But you need to leave. You have so much of your future ahead of you, and I know it's going to be glorious." Glorious. That would mean that you will continue to live. It would mean that you will never stop exploring this endless horizon, and least the one that exists within ourselves. You mean the compass? A message was told. I needed a moment to think around before I smiled down at him and say, "Say the same thing to me, my grandfather, your friend." You said to me that I look and act like my grandfather. What about you? You are not even blood related. But yeah, when you are with someone for a long time, it rubs on you.
Yeah, it can.
It's not a nice man.
Well, hold on. I want to add something else to that. I heard of stories like that from old war soldiers when you gone through extreme situations together and it was a challenge to survive, but you did. There could be a deep bond in camaraderie that can develop because of that. And there's a couple of stallions here who have done that over and over again across their lifespan.
Yeah. I mean, needless to say that I knew your grandfather's young for face.
Yep.
So they must have been together for at least 50 years.
Yeah.
He turned my smile, with a tiny version of his own, as he said. It was almost an old catchphrase. He and I were shared with each other, to each other. A moment that we would never stop exploring this endless horizon, and in the one that exists within ourselves. Counter argument. Yeah, I explored my endless horizon within myself, which is a compass that told me to come and save you. I looked up with a frown, reminded of his loss. His loss? What about your loss? It was your grandfather.
I wonder if that was supposed to be a THIS. Look down with a frown, reminded of this loss? Yeah, that's probably what it meant to say.
Oh. That's why I was like, confused. I mean, it makes sense, supposedly, but
It actually kind of makes sense both ways. I can see probably not many people complaining about that.
I used to think he was a fool for retiring from life for a lecturer. It might have annoying, my feeling nervous, and he was knowing enough to cover me. I mean, there's a counter argument that he had a kid at that point. Do we know? Wait, I assume that he had her mother as his daughter. It was a mother's side grandfather, right? Because we heard Nagnu actually saying that my mother was against me going to adventures. So I assume it was her mother's father. Not her father's father. Or is it not established?
Oh my god. I've noticed this entire chapter is missing on my online document.
Oh.
I can't correct that.
I mean, you can just copy.
I might have to do it. Copy it from the film fiction document because it's actually missing on my online document. Oops. I'll fix that later.
I mean, it would not be nothing.
Oh yeah. And it's
So
good that they have this backup here.
So back to the question, do we know if the grandfather is on the mother's side or on the father's side?
It's not been established.
Okay.
Probably very likely the mother's side though. She was the one that was freaking out about her
Yeah,
daughter being
this is what I
away.
said as well. That I assume it's the mother's side.
Most likely.
Okay, by then. And then it makes even more sense for him to stop adventuring for a while. If he had a daughter. Because if you have a son, you will probably bring them on smaller adventures. But if you have a daughter, you might just want to put them out to danger. Especially if they are not that kind of pony. Okay, but then I got so scared at it that it was most every challenge. I no longer needed him to do the game that I was in, as long as I scaled back to challenge what we was sold. I always kept my strength and limitations in mind, and aim only for challenges I could actually face on my own. But later, there has to be the foreman still kept his promise to me. He has explored those in the horizon, for family, and has a lot of challenges of his own. Yup. In the end, he has more to show for it, and me? I do have more than I can. I have no point I can pass my legacy too, so for now, you will have to do. You want to do it with me right now, right here? I know that's not what you said here, but that's how it sounds like. The implications, right? I have no point I can pass my legacy too, but maybe we can do one right now, right here. At the same time as me, scratching that. That's another tab. You love me, right? As a grandfather, right? If it's true that the spirit is alive in you, one way or another, then I promise you, my soul will be true. I pass on to you all of my strength, wisdom, knowledge, and experience. I wish it was that easy. But no, all that knowledge and experience are lost if you die. All that I am, all I ever would have been, it's all in you now. In you now. You that can tell both of us both. In you shall endure might of two histories, more famous adventuring stallions. You have it all now. With that in mind, I ask you to do two things. Live and be happy. Whatever that means to you, I want you to throw it all into your passion. I mean, there's an obstacle right here that you have to get out of this place.
Oh yeah.
There's so many in you, Robin. Which doctor? Believe in you, and now finally, in the end of my life, I believe in you. You have us all within you, carrying an uplifting spirit. Take it, your legacy and destiny. Most of all that you are, and all that is bequeathed to you, so that you became unstoppable, and you are meant to be. Ah, I found that's why I was confused. I heard it says, there's so many in you, Robin. I mean, it would even make sense if his life is fading and sees Robin in front of him. It's a shaky hope. There's something. I guess it's missing most of my phones. Come with me. He started to say to me with a tiny bit of pain. If the before has been outside proof and love, and the reason why I can't now, because I don't think I can never on this promise, even if I wanted to. I don't think I can escape the way I came. I don't expect to live. Besides that, the point is of this lullaby. No matter what happens, this small town continue to suffer from the gain ongoing existence. It must be solved at all costs. At all costs. Promise me! And I'm back to the lesson gone in the thought of pain. I sigh. I don't want to lie to him, but this is the last request. And he won't die in peace until I give him some home. I'm not honest enough to endure the idea of his soul riding in agony in the afterlife, because I refuse to give him the last one, his soul just before he dies. Finally, I look back at him and nod and say, yes, sir, I promise. And she lies there easily at the waterfall. I see glimmer of doubt in his eyes. He might have seen through my lie at the very at least partially, which commands him to the next action, saying that I know we are fighting against lawyers and different little creatures, but you are the biggest snake of all. I see a golden brown aura, and you of his path, his hand, then guide it to float over to me. I called it, didn't I? That it is his hat that she was wearing.
You did eventually.
And yet it is astonishment. Hell, I can. This is yours. I met him emotionally. I won't need it, but I'm going. He met me in return.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
No one's needed in there.
And Shanks did that to Luffy, too.
Yeah? But the difference is none of them died. Or maybe not different. Taylor can still be alive because we have a doctor on our team that can come whenever and wherever he wants. And I want some symbol of this promise to remain with you. I want you to know that this hand he shakes it for a moment is now your second cutie mark. With it, I invest all of my knowledge, wisdom, and experience. Now fasten the hand against my chest and stare at me passionately. They were going to say. But do not put it on unless you are ready to make the commitment. Unless you are ready to take this final plunge. From now on, so long as you wear the hat, then you, my dear, are not sure too. With it, be bold. Be brave. Be smart. Be respectful.
Resourceful.
And respectful. Be resourceful. You know that? And God. Be unstoppable. And most importantly, be daring.
Mm.
We don't need happy music.
Actually, I would recommend repeating that last song.
Yeah, that's what I told. I've done this one. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, because if I press back on the mobile, it goes to the previous one. If I press it on the PC, it just goes back to the beginning of the song.
Okay.
The only other tool with most of mine is that I press the hat close to my chest, with a hog from my wing. I think it loses a kind of power when I'm getting from its hat now. Maybe it's good and it needs me invested in it now. As such, in the beginning it's more than a luxury item. It might as well be a single aspect now, at least for me.
Interesting. The picture of the filly, that for Daring you have here, actually is not wearing the hat. Mystery legendary item. Mystery equipment.
I mean, she didn't attack me bit so that she doesn't know what the buffs are. And she has not put it on, so she's not wearing it. And with the power comes a lot of responsibility. You might have to put it on, put it in his hand, and to be serious about my promise to him. And then Joker comes in, why so serious? Thank you. I tell him in a weak, tiny voice, but also as much, it's also as much conviction as I must right now. I will change it. I remember what you said to me. I feel like he's down and relaxed now. He's almost let go of his spirit. The journey is yours now. He let me weakly, but also much more calmly than before. For what? He doesn't seem to be in pain anymore. In your mouth, and you come back with your spirit, with you to guide you, you may ever find your way on the journey. But there's one thing I have got to argument for that.
Journey together. Our journey together. Journey.
Yeah.
Scarlet Valley.
No,
Additional
that's a journey together. It's a Pokemon.
Okay.
It's always better to journey together. So stay alive and come with me. He is up on the ceiling, as he said, with his weakest myself. Meanwhile, I ran up to mine. Onward! I go. Those are eternally lost words. When the expires last long breath, he does not take another. In his eyes, I see it as violent, and if he just noticed something wondrous at the last second. But then his eyes still in his pose, and if I'm looking at the photo photograph, that's how his body goes limp too. His hoof drops from mine. I mean, I can't believe Talon actually asking him to let him die. In peace. I mean the doctor. Because Talon knew about the doctor and his time travel.
Well, as long as she keeps her promise, then yes, he can die in peace, because she'll live and continue the legacy that they have started.
Yeah? I must have top over him. Not my personally knew him, unfortunately. Not even me, but I heard about his famous adventures. He had a lot of them. Some very good ones. Some can be easily described as a actual hero. But in his determination to follow the footsteps of my grandfather, and what he became. But in life and even for society was bad because of this too. That's another thing that will not even him. I mean, for all we know, they might have taken together with the Doctor at one point.
That's possible, yeah.
Next time, the one who needs a really good hero, it's just somebody else. Because I can be there. Why not? I wish I could keep my promise to him, but so much is at stake right now. And I look among the keyboards, and I still can see, but it's not in the dynamite. You told me that he is as well, but I need to find it. Pity I don't have a Torch's tool to help me ignite it once I do find it. Then look over his body. He definitely has some igniting tools. You literally said that he has the tools as well. I guess sparking it with 2 souls, we have to do. Guess what told me how. No, you don't need 2 souls, you need a flint and a stone. Oh, flint and iron. Just 2 souls is not enough. It depends on what kind of stone it is. Well, I have his big hand, and I suppose. And I need to enough so I can get it down at it. But I said, if any spirit belongs out to me, to it. Remember, you promised. But I'm not interested. And then the exploring to the door, coming in, and then seeing her trying to lit the fuse, like, and because she's using the wrong stone.
Kind of like Starlight trying to break Chris's throne, a very large stone throne with a smaller stone.
Yeah. But okay, and I gave that hand more carefully. I knew what to do. I knew, but I'm going to something came with all that holy water, and I'm the only one left here. Are you? What about Late and Gracie?
Well, they're not in the room right now, and they heard Gracie die.
No, they heard her scream.
They heard their scream. That's right. And Leggett charged in to check on her, and probably to rescue her, as far as he's concerned.
I mean, for all we know, Casey might have been screaming because she saw a blue box appear out of nothing.
Or a snail or something that she fears.
Yeah. Or a skirt was torn. Even in reality.
It'd be really funny if that scream scared the Naga away too. Like, oh my god, whatever's her problem over there, we don't want to get caught up in that.
I mean, they might not be scared of whatever is there, but the tone and the volume might be something that they don't like.
Possibly. You know, I don't know what hearing's like for snakes, but I suspect they're dimmer.
Yeah, that's why there's something that they might hear that we don't, and the other way around as well.
However, where they might not have great hearing, I suspect they have great smell, especially when they use their tongue. They can actually smell with their tongue. That's what they do, that licking thing. As well, they might sense vibrations in the earth.
And heat,
kind of
as well.
Oh, yeah, very likely, yeah.
Then, I think about my diary. I see everything in my saddlebag. I put it away, then pull it out. Everything, and then the brush a hoof over the cover of the diary. You know what? I knew, or I guess, it will be much easier to set fire on your diary and use it as a fire tool than actually trying to little fuse.
Yeah, it's probably more flammable, that's true.
You don't have to burn the whole thing, but just tear one page out. People burn very easily. I mean, that's not always true. It depends on what it's made out of.
Yeah, I know. I would say it's usually true.
As I said, I didn't push a roof over the cover of the diary. Within these pages is my story. All that I have written so far. And then I look around. I have arrived. That's it. When did she have time to write in this diary? When she arrived in this island. And on the boat. Nowhere else.
It's happened a few times, and even one of the chapters began with it.
Yes, I read that today too. But it would be such a thing lost if at least I didn't tell her. Something, somewhere, someone needs to remember all that we have done during this adventure. Then why didn't you throw your diary to the portal?
Well, she didn't think of it at the time.
All that we sacrificed. We all deserve it. Our memory must live on. I guess the Lord sigh. That's a funny spell. You were casting.
I ran across a funny video that one of my roommates put on, where this kind of animated wizard was really old.
Yeah, I know
Cass, be nice to me! And then he had a pleading look to his eyes.
that.
And the orc just looks confused, and he stares at it.
There's a lot of those. It's a whole series. I guess the Lord sigh. Let's slowly put the diary away. My spirit says too. This is all so tragic. But then my ears back up when I start to hear a very weird sound that I cannot. It's funny when I stop like that, right? I hear something that I can't. But I cannot for the life of me say. I can barely describe it. Some weird echoing sound like boom, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's getting louder and louder. It's like someone trying to start up a vacuum that does not want to start up. Right? I wish a second sound, now it's in. We take a massive camp as some kind of gold of an engine. An engine? How do you know what an engine is?
Oh, there was one on the ship that they traveled on, the paddle boat. And trains exist.
Ah, okay. And look around me for some sort of this noise that I was located. But I knew I should see some weird and missing blue box fade into his house. Now it is Sika. About my identity. I've never seen this thing before personally, but I have seen a few facial pictures with this thing in it. Or historical text mentioning the legend of it. Tom always said to talk about himself, mentioning that this was the greatest treasure he had ever sold. And if he didn't go to the portal himself, he would have seen it. It really not exist? I mean, you might be hallucinating from all that's happening right here.
Yeah, she might be kind of suspecting that now.
I consider this silence in dumb shock. Even after the thing fully materializes. You know what?
Gonna change the music? Okay.
Not this happy. Let me go to the other side.
Maybe something adventurous or heroic sounding would probably be good.
Some normal.
Okay.
You will have those weird sounds effect made away. But the sound in this game. And I can see sand the blue box. Somehow I can even read the text on it. It says, what is called box? Whatever that means. How can you read English?
She doesn't know how. Why she knows?
You know why? Odd. My answer is odd. We literally did the comparison between that he is doing the same as the TARDIS, doing the translation. So it might actually went off on her. But that might actually mean that she might actually understand the dialogue as well. If she wanted to.
The few times I've ever seen a Christian script in the show, it really did look like just a bunch of scribbles.
Was it?
Yeah. It might vaguely look like cursive writing, but I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of nonsense lines disguised as legitimate text for the show.
No, I do remember it was probably more. It was
Well,
very machinable, yeah.
yes, that is very legible.
But
But I
this
said,
one, oh, this one, you mean? The one on the top, in the door. That's English as well, but how to read. So this one never close by.
yeah, that was about instructions that people need to do in order to use the box properly. Also, the telephone will be right behind it, that little sign.
Yeah. Finally, the door is opened. The suspicious boy is settled and scared about his face. First he notices me, then he notices Sarah's corpse. The boy sees into his face when he sees the letter, but not surprised. When he looks back at me, I think I'll reach his things into his eyes. He lifts his hope and says to me, come with me if you want to live. Wait, I need to read the views that I can't find.
Where that reference came from, time travel's involved in that one too.
Yeah? Was it Back to the Future?
No, Terminator
Oh,
1 and 2.
wasn't it Back to the Future 2 as well?
I don't think so, but well, I've not. I admit I haven't seen those movies recently.
I think call it
The
the
first
Terminator, yeah, but... Okay, so... Among them, these are the Terminator 2, 12 Monkeys, Murder, Solid Green, and Back to the Future.
so it
Mention
isn't
that.
Back to the Future. Okay, interesting.
So yeah, it was in multiple time traveling scenes, so...
Some of those is actually older than the Terminator, so I wonder if they were referencing some even older film, or by coincidence they were.
or maybe another one.
Yeah.
But we know that the Terminator is the most well-known among them.
Okay.
For some reason, we spent seconds in the night, and if he just said in the inside joke. But he continues to... but he continues to hold his hoof out to me. To make offense very serious. He holds his hoof out to me expectantly, but then goes alarmed, but insisting I am accepted. Confusion seemed to sink into his face, too. I decided to puzzle why I might be an accent. Even if he doesn't know though, I always expected the silence was sharp. His expression then goes me more earnest, and then he shakes his hoof at me, and then begging to me to accept his offer. I looked down at him. I looked at the wall, and then I might sit down somewhere. I looked down at my own hooves, and I looked them off. I looked at his next hoof, and could admit, was he afraid? I looked deep into his eyes, and in my other face. And then I smiled, and held another direction. Because that is what I will do in the game, where then an obvious continue this main quest or do the side quest first.
The author's note right below explains why I actually lost a bunch of my audience. I wonder if I got punished for being honest, or because of the mistake itself.
Hey, this information must appear. Not only did I put the chapter 2 days late, I was in the chapter ahead of this one instead. Sorry for the mess of force, I cannot do this up again. Maybe for the few who didn't read the chapter already, don't worry, it will be back next week. In the meantime, I'm trying to put this in order. And this is one.
With the paper bag over his face.
I mean, it happens to everyone.
There was a crash in viewership after that I've noticed back then.
They left because of spoilers. And we have not gotten the answer of what she told. He smiled.
And then the credits roll because she died.
I mean,
No.
you do have a mouth, you can talk. But I need to do this first.
I think you can strongly infer what probably happened, but what you will find out for sure in the next chapter.
Something that the others already found out.
Yeah, I posted the chapter ahead of this one on the correct date, but it was a week before it should have been. And then it's still, if you look at the Adventures of the TARDIS and check out the dates when each chapter is posted, you will just notice the discrepancy between those two chapters. They're 2 days apart, and the next chapter is posted before this one.
Yeah. I mean, it is their fault for not reading which part they are on. If it was part 21 and part 23, they might have thought of something. If they were actually doing it.
Weirdly enough, it was also missing on one of my online documents of that chapter. I fixed it now by going back to an older version.
Now it
and then
makes sense
copying
why
it
you
through.
actually posted this one. Because it was not in your document. You told that for the next one as well. Also, what's funny? The titles are the other way around as well. The first time it had yours than it begins. Although it's a legend, not a legacy. A legend begins.
So, what do you think of this chapter?
But I'm sad now. Talon could not be saved. I mean, old age, and once again, as I said, it's not that he can be saved if he wants to be saved. Which I said in the very beginning, when she was like, oh, should I go there? Should I go there? No. Go with the others. They need you. Talon is already decided. Why? I don't know why she was surprised about this, that she has problems, because it was very obvious from the start when he said to her that this is my last adventure.
Yeah, her instincts really led her because something else she could accomplish in that room. But saving him was not really on the table. He was dying anyway because heart failure basically is what it alludes to.
Yeah, but even if Casey was actually dying, that's when the knights came, the knights can still be saved. I mean, now with the TARDIS, he still can be saved.
Yeah.
Or most can be saved, and I said that that can be approximated that Casey is saving because the TARDIS is appearing before her.
That is possible. It's not really an option that Agate would have considered at the time, but now she's starting to introduce to the blue blocks and presumably might learn what it's all about soon.
I still don't know who is in the TARDIS, and if they are tied up or not.
Well, we know the doctor's in there, and the
And
extensive hoof
we don't know when he left. Which doctor is this?
Okay. I see. Yeah, when it comes to him, that can be called into question.
As far as I can tell, I called it that he might actually be the doctor from the future or the present from where we started.
Well, at the very least,
they knew.
She recognizes him as Dr. Smith, so he still has the same face and overall configuration, and maybe even same outfit.
I mean, what he described was the same doctor that we know. Other than that, and something fell down.
Yeah.
But what about Lane? And Gracie? And Hato? And the other two who are assumed to be dead, but probably not. I mean, for all we know, Dr. Cameron might have been in there as well. At the same time, being tied up with the other Mafia members as well.
Right. Given the pattern of your observations you made so far, I actually have predictions of my own about what you're going to think about the next chapter. Alright, but we'll see.
Once again, in the moment that knows about the Doctor, I still think that the Doctor C and the other as well was just a bait for the Doctor to appear.
Well, yeah, it could be.
And I still not trust Oz.
You don't trust who?
I don't trust Ozmir.
Okay.
He is a lawyer after all, who can change shape. It's easy to say that yes, I am on your side, and be a spy.
Well, it was more like a Quetzalcoatl that's frozen as a statue.
Still, I do not trust him.
Somewhere in the story, I think it was suggested that he can change his appearance, though. And you can even presume that that can include a statue, right?
Yeah? And because it is a timeless being, for what we know, not timeless, it is all the time in the world. It could actually be, for all we know, it might actually be the star fragment in itself. The Dark Star. Would we know? No. We don't know. You can easily lie about emotions as well.
Can't write off that possibility. What we established about the Dark Star is it was the source of all dark magic. It was very primal and actually not that intelligent until it starts getting a link to another person. And then it can kind of, sort of, at least temporarily mimic their intelligence of its smartest minion.
Now imagine if it gets linked to a horticulture who is timeless.
Now, then it could be pretty impressive, yeah.
I mean, we don't know what they wanted to do. We always saw that they are, oh no, we are very ceremoniously, very slowly trying to kill Dr. C and put the thing on it. And they will show that he's here. Hi, hello everybody, this is the Bob the Tron, this is the K. If this is not a trap, then nothing is. It literally is like when the superheroes are starting their monologue that, yes, Batman, I want to do this and this and this and this, don't push that side button, and then this and this.
You have a lot of interesting assumptions. If there was a bunny rabbit that appeared in this story that was flipping open a watch, claimed to be late, and needs to go somewhere, you might squint it in suspicion like that's actually a turtle, isn't it? I don't trust that rabbit. There's something sus about that rabbit.
I mean, if it was a rabbit, then I wouldn't trust it.
Okay. But is a turtle okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess you like creatures that are patient then and take their time.
No. Just this.
Oh. Okay. It's like a bunny corn?
It's a bunny corn.
Well, think about the rabbit too.
I'm just gonna flash it on the screen for a second.
Or how about the rabbit from Monty Python's The Holy Grail?
That is literally what this rabbit is made out of.
I actually gave a special a title for that race. I called it the Hair Raiser.
I'm gonna put it on this one for you. Okay, there you go. Just for you.
There's also the bunnies from Watership Down. It's actually traumatized a lot of people who watched that movie.
Yeah, I don't know that one. But yeah, I would say that's it for today. At least for the TARDIS.
Okay.
And at night there's gonna be Hot of Justice. And also, if I can make up my friend, we will go and play some Ace in the meantime.
Cool beans.
So, thank you for watching. And see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.